You spend hours researching a stock. You dig into the 10K, you check out the PE ratios, you look at the fundamentals, you pull up 5 different websites trying to figure out if you should buy a stock or not. And at the end of it, you still have no idea. The truth is, most investors waste time on the wrong research tools. So today I want to share with you 5 effective stock market websites to help you make faster, smarter investing decisions. We'll cover everything from simplified fundamental analysis to curated stock picks to advanced stock screening tools. And spoiler alert, number 1 might surprise you. It might not be the first tool most people turn to, but it has saved me countless hours. And before we get into it, if you want more videos breaking down the best investing tools and strategies, hit the subscribe button below. And if you hit the like button, this will show this video to more people and investors like you that might need access to some of these stock market websites. Now, here's the reality. There are hundreds of stock market research tools out there. Unfortunately, most of these websites are either too expensive for what they actually deliver to you or just plain outdated. Now, I've tested dozens of these sites over the last couple of years, and these 5 actually deliver. Now, these tools solve different problems, so I might be using a different one depending on what I'm trying to accomplish. Now, the 5 we're going to cover today are WallStreetZen for streamlined research and quant ratings, Motley Fool for curated stock picks, Seeking Alpha for crowdsourced analysis, Morningstar for comprehensive portfolio research, and Finviz for pure screening power. So let's start with number 1. Now, I'll be honest here, I work for WallStreetZen, so yeah, I'm biased, but I want to share with you the reasons this is my go-to platform. Now, most stock research websites suffer from the same issue. They give you too much information, but they don't give you the context with how to understand it. You end up with 20 different metrics or 10 different analyst ratings, and you're back to where you started trying to figure out what it all means. Now, WallStreetZen solves this specific problem with something called Zen ratings. It's a quantitative model that analyzes 115 factors across 7 different categories: value, growth, momentum, financial strength, safety, sentiment, and finally the wild card, AI-driven factors. But here's what makes it a bit different. Instead of just dumping all the data on you, they break it down into a simple letter grade. Very easy to understand. So stocks either get an A, B, C, D, or an F grade, just like school, so you know which ones are good and which ones you maybe should avoid. For example, A-rated stocks are the top 5% of all the stocks analyzed. B-rated stocks are at least in the top 20%, and so on. And the system actually works. A-rated Zen ratings stocks have returned 32.52% annually since 2003. Now, if you compare that to the roughly 10% you can get in the S&P 500, and you can see the difference is very clear. You also get what they call component grades. Now, these are 7 separate ratings that show you exactly where a stock excels or where it has weaknesses. So you might see an A-rated overall stock, but when you dive into these component grades, you see that it has an A for financials and growth, but maybe a C for momentum. Now, that actually tells you something. The stock has solid fundamentals, but maybe the market hasn't caught on yet. That's an opportunity. Now, here's where it gets even better. They track over 4,000 Wall Street analysts, but as you and I know, not all Wall Street analysts are created equal. Some analysts are consistently right, but others are consistently wrong, but probably tell you that they're going to be right. So WallStreetZen actually looks at their track record and ranks them based on the actual data of their picks. So you can actually see the ratings of these analysts who know what they're talking about and actually have the track record to back it up. Now, take Lloyd Walmsley, for example. He's rated in the top 1% of analysts on the platform, and he turned the stock Snap into a 500% gain in 1 year. So when someone like that on the platform upgrades a stock, they're worth paying attention to. They know what they're talking about. And on the platform, you can click into any analyst and dig in and see their full track record, their wins, their losses, everything. Now, the platform also has a stock screener, but unlike most stock screeners that make you feel like you need a PhD just to operate them, this one is fairly straightforward to use. You can filter by any of those 115 factors that we talked about, but if you don't want to spend time sifting through all that data individually, they've got pre-built stock ideas ready to go. So if you want to see strong buy recommendations from top analysts, there's a screen for that. Or maybe fundamentally strong tech stocks trading at actual reasonable valuations, there's also a screen for that. So the tools are actually useful and intuitive at the same time. Now, if you don't want to do any research at all, there's also two options for investors like you. So the first is called Zen Investor, and it's a curated hand-picked portfolio of around 20 to 30 stocks. Now, it's curated by a market veteran with over 40 years of actual stock trading experience, and it's all updated monthly with actual explanations of why the stock was picked and even when to sell. Now, the second option is called Zen Strategies, and this is a selection of 11 different stock portfolios. Now, each one is built around a different strategy, such as AI stocks or momentum plays, value investing or growth stocks, or even income generation. And each strategy holds 7 stocks that is updated daily based on the Zen ratings. And some of these strategies have put up impressive numbers. The under $10 ratings strategy, for example, has delivered nearly 35% annualized returns. And the AI factor is over 40% annually at this point. And listen, these aren't just theoretical, back-tested portfolios from the past. These are live portfolios available right now. So who is Wall Street Zen for? Well, basically anyone that wants to get a quick heat check on an individual stock with a quick and simple rating system so you can understand, is this a buy? Is this a sell? Should I even be interested in this stock at all? But you get a whole lot more on the platform as well, including analyst ratings, a stock screener, and ready-made portfolios. Now, the basic version of Wall Street Zen is free, and you get a lot of the core features. Premium is $19.50 a month, billed annually, and honestly, for what you get is totally worth it. So yeah, that's what I love about Wall Street Zen. But before we move on, I actually want to hear from you. Which of these features that we just talked about would be something that you would find valuable? Just drop a comment below and let me know which one could actually help you be a better investor. We'd love to hear from you. All right, moving on to platform number 2. If you don't want to do a lot of the heavy lifting and analysis yourself, honestly, Motley Fool has been the gold standard for years. And their flagship service is called Stock Advisor. You get 2 stock recommendations every month and a 10 stock starter pack, which gives you a foundation to build on. Plus, you get access to their full research library where they dive into the why behind each of the stock picks and what they're looking for. Now, with Motley Fool, the track record speaks for itself. Stock Advisors has returned roughly 6 times the return of the S&P 500 over the last 21 years. Some of the winners include Netflix back when it was still mailing DVDs, Amazon before anybody had believed in it, Booking Holdings, and even Disney during its streaming pivot. Now, Stock Advisor from Motley Fool is normally $199 a year, but sometimes you can see it on sale and it goes for about $99. And again, we'll keep the updated link below, so if there is a sale, you get access to it. Just use the link in the description below. And the nice thing about Motley Fool is they back up their service with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you try it out and you're like, that's not quite for me, they guarantee your money back. Now, if you want more than just 2 stock picks a month, there's Motley Fool Epic. This combines 4 of their best services into a single package. Now, you get Stock Advisors, which we just talked about, but you also get Rule Breakers, which focuses specifically on disruptive technology stocks. These are companies that have the ability to completely disrupt a current sector and potentially give you massive returns if you get in early enough. You also get access to Hidden Gems, which are foundational stocks that can really anchor your portfolio. And you get access to Dividend Investor, which focuses on high-paying dividend stocks. So that's access to 5 monthly stock picks, as well as access to full IQ research tools, historical financial data, and even portfolio strategies for different risk levels. There's also virtual simulators and a whole lot more. Now, Epic is normally $499 for a year, but with some promotions out there, you can usually get that around $299 for your first year. Again, we'll keep updated links below so you always have the best access. So who exactly is Motley Fool for? Well, it's really for long-term investors that want high conviction stock picks from a team with a proven track record. So if you don't want to use a stock screener or sift through stocks, and you just want a curated portfolio of hand-picked stocks that you're willing to hold, by the way, for the long term, even through volatility, Motley Fool could be a good choice. Although I would be remiss if I didn't re-mention Zenvestor as an alternative to this, because it's also an investing newsletter, but has a more quantitative approach backed by human insights and a proven ratings system. Plus, to be honest, it's just a whole lot cheaper than Motley Fool Epic. Now, the other catch with Motley Fool is you're paying for picks, not really data. So if you like to do your own research and build your own screens, this is not going to be the right fit for you. So by the way, if you're enjoying this video so far, just hit the like button below. It tells YouTube to share this video with more people that might enjoy it. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button so you'll be alerted every time we post new videos and research. My number 3 on this list is Seeking Alpha. Now, Seeking Alpha has a completely different approach to analysis. They crowdsource analysis from thousands of investors and analysts. So you can think of it as the wisdom of the crowd for stock research. Now, anybody can apply to write for Seeking Alpha, but the ones that actually rise to the top are based on ones that have the right track record and people's feedback on the website. So on Seeking Alpha, you can get deep dive research articles, buy, sell, or hold recommendations, and pretty much any debate under the sun you can think about for stock analysis. So that's what I really like about the site is they're not relying on one person's opinion. You take multiple opinions on a stock, for example. One person could write a deep dive bullish case on why you should buy this, another one a bearish case on why you should avoid the stock, and then you take all that research and you can make your own decision based on what you believe. And Seeking Alpha also has quant ratings similar to Zen ratings. It's not quite as comprehensive, but it's still useful for getting a quick snapshot of a stock's overall strength. They do have a stock screener on Seeking Alpha, but that is reserved for premium members only. And they recently added virtual analyst reports, which is basically AI written summaries of mountains of data that give actionable insights on stock research. So the idea behind the whole platform is that you just have a constant stream of updated data, and it's really great for active traders. So maybe you are invested in a stock or you are researching a stock, and an analyst will come out with a recent fresh report on why they think the stock is going to break, or maybe why they're concerned about the next earnings report. So that kind of timing and fresh perspective can be very useful. So who is Seeking Alpha ultimately for? Well, if you like to read multiple perspectives before making an investing decision, this is pure gold, to be honest. And the more you use the platform, you're going to start to choose analysts that you like to follow so you can just stay on beat with them. The cool thing is, anytime you find an analyst that you actually want to follow, you can just set up notifications and you'll get notified anytime they publish something new. Now, Seeking Alpha Premium is $19.99 a month, which is honestly pretty reasonable if you're an active trader that needs fresh perspectives and timely articles. But just be aware that you might have to sift through some garbage before you get to the gold. That's because, again, anybody can apply and write for Seeking Alpha. And so you might find some brilliant analysis that really helps you as an investor, but other stuff that kind of wastes your time. There's not really a filter for that. So that's Seeking Alpha. And again, by the way, I'm going to put links to all this stuff below. I'll even put it in a pinned comment so you can quickly find it easily. Some of them have trial offers. Just check out for the most updated deals in the links below. Now, next up is Morningstar, and they're one of the most respected names in investment research, and for good reason. Now, Morningstar is best known for their mutual fund research, but their stock research is also top tier. They have over 150 independent analysts providing in-depth research on individual stocks. Now, these aren't just quick summaries. They're comprehensive analyses that give you fair market estimates and economic moat ratings, financial health scores, the whole package. I mean, you've probably seen Morningstar ratings on other websites and news websites referencing Morningstar because it truly is the industry standard for stock research. This is where it all comes from, is from the Morningstar website. Now, one of the features on Morningstar itself that I find the most useful is the Portfolio X-ray tool. Now, you just plug in your portfolio and it's going to show you things like your overall asset allocation, your geographic exposure, your sector exposure, the fees you're paying across your entire portfolio and all of your holdings, and maybe some risk factors you didn't notice. So for example, if you're overweight in tech and you didn't really realize it, it's going to show it to you. They also have all kinds of tools for tax planning and retirement planning and education around investing. I mean, this platform is really more comprehensive and gives you a more holistic view of your overall financial planning compared to other research sites that just have screeners or analysis. So overall, who is Morningstar for? Well, if you have a serious portfolio and you're looking for professional grade research, this is it. And it's great for investors that invest in more than just individual stocks. Maybe you've got mutual funds and ETFs. It's going to be a better platform for that type of research. Now, Morningstar Investor is $199 a year, or if you choose the monthly option, it's $34.95 per month. No, it's not cheap, but if you are a serious long-term investor and you use it, it can be worth it. But here's the thing about Morningstar. It really isn't necessarily the best tool if you're trying to look for whether or not you should buy an individual stock. Now, the reports are thorough for sure if you want all the details, but it's not necessarily the fastest way to get the insights you're looking for. Now, if speed is what you need when you're analyzing stocks, maybe something like WallStreetZen's Zen ratings can give you a quick letter grade and help you make a decision faster. Hey, you made it this far into the video and you deserve something in return for your time. Thank you for being here. So we've prepared for you a free report of 3 stocks set to double this year, all found using our Zen ratings system. Now you can get access to this right now. Just click the link in the description below, or you can use your mobile device and scan the QR code on screen right now for free access. All right, if you are a screener nerd, Finviz is going to be your playground. It's a pure stock screener. No picks, no opinions, no hand-holding, just data and filters. Lots and lots of filters. Now, there are 3 main types of filters on the Finviz platform. So there's descriptive filters like market cap, sector, location, country, dividend yield. There's also fundamental filters like the PE ratio or sales growth or EPS growth or debt to equity ratio. And of course, technical filters like RSI, moving averages, candlestick patterns, volatility, all of that's built in. Now, the magic is that you can combine all of these filters, dozens of them even, to find exactly what you're looking for. So if you want small cap tech stocks trading below their 200-day moving average with insider trading in the last week, you got it. They also have heat maps to show market sector performance in real time, which is honestly a great visual way to see where money is flowing in real time on any given day. Now, the advanced charting capabilities are solid for technical analysis, but if you upgrade to Finviz Elite, it gives you back-tasting capabilities so you can actually execute an idea on historical data to see if your idea would have worked. So ultimately, who is Finviz actually for? Honestly, for quantitative investors that know exactly what they're looking for. So day traders and swing traders that want to scan the market quickly, or the technical analyst that wants access to powerful charting tools. Now, the cool thing is the basic version is free and covers most of what casual investors need. Now, Elite is $39.50 a month or $299.50 a year, but that gets you access to real-time data, intraday charts, backtesting historical data like I mentioned earlier. Now, I do want to call out the caveat here is that Finviz is not beginner friendly. So if you don't know what a Sortino ratio is, or if a stock is trading above its upper Bollinger Band, you're going to feel lost on this platform. So the tool is really for people that actually know what they're doing with a stock screener and just need access to a powerful tool to execute their strategy. All right, so let's break it all down. WallStreetZen is going to be the best overall platform. It gives you access to simplified research, quant ratings that actually work and are easy to read, insights from Wall Street's top analysts, and we even rate them for you, and ready-made portfolio strategies if you don't want to build your own. It really covers the most ground in one place. Now, Motley Fool is going to be the best legacy option with a solid team that has a proven track record telling you what to buy and when, as long as you're willing to hold for the long term. There's going to be some volatility. Now, seeking alpha is going to be best for having access to multiple perspectives. Now, crowdsourced analysis means you can read 10 different takes on the same stock and then form your own conclusion. Again, this is going to be good if you like to do your own research. You just want to get a few other people's takes on it before you take action. Now, Morningstar, again, it's going to be great for serious portfolio management. You're going to get professional grade research, comprehensive planning tools, and if you have access or want to be investing in mutual funds and ETFs, this is really the industry standard. Now, this might be overkill for casual investors, but if you're managing a good-sized portfolio, it could be worth it. And finally, Finviz is the best standalone screener. It's powerful, fast, and customizable. So if you really know what you're doing, you just need a powerful tool to back up what you're trying to execute. Finviz is a good option. But again, not for beginners, not at all. All right, so here's my honest take is just start with WallStreetZen because it's going to give you about 90% of what you need in a simple and easy to digest format. Especially if you're just getting started, you can use the free version, sign up and start to see the Zen ratings on different stock picks and figure out which ones that you resonate with. You can start to stack on other tools as you go, but ultimately you just need to get started. At the end of the day, the best tool for you is the one that you're actually going to use consistently. If you sign up for 5 platforms and you don't use them at all, it's just a waste. So ultimately, pick 1 or 2 that you actually will use and then go and actually use them. So those are the 5 best stock market websites that I use to research stocks faster and ultimately make better decisions. Now, if you want some high quality stocks to actually test on these platforms, check out this video right here.